The time has finally come. Yes, it has. We're going to do a character guide for the newest character that kind of requires a guide because it's so overly complicated. This is the newly released, or newly, it was at the time of recording, but not so much now, newishly released character from the free update, the Supreme Kai of Time, with her own set of unique moves and combo chain. So let's see what this character has to offer. Her super soul is Let's Make This Interesting, which gives key auto recovery mode to all of your allies when you use a charge skill. Probably quite a nice supporting super soul if I do say so. First, let's look at the moveset. Now let's look at the super moves. Starting things off, she has maximum charge to recover her key as quickly as possible. Very nice. Her first super move that's unique to her is Kairos Cannon? Something Cannon. It lays down 4 green energy balls that periodically attack the enemy, or you can throw them at them all at one go. They don't do a huge amount of damage, but if you up the amount of counters by using your Holy Inscription move, then you can increase the amount of balls that you're allowed to lay down. You increase your balls! Next is Temporal Holy Ray that puts down a little clock, and it will then attack the enemy. You can charge this up to let it kind of sit there for a while, and it will attack whenever it wants to, after about, 15 seconds, I didn't count. But you can also just do it very quickly, or you can press the input again to make it fire even though the timer hasn't completely disappeared. One useful function of this move is that it will track the enemy, so if you do smack them around after you've placed it, it will then still attack them in where they are now. Upping your counter with Holy Inscription will allow you to place up to 3 of these at the same time, but unless they're very different distances away, one of them is probably going to miss, so make sure you vary the distance out a bit. Holy Inscription will be the backbone of your playstyle with this character because the more you use it, the more it increases the counters on your other moves that will allow you to do more damage. Her first ultimate is Time Space Impact, which can be used directly after a knockback, so it's very good, you don't have to stamina break. Her second ultimate is Godly Kronos Cannon, which summons 4 balls, which will float around and not hurt the enemy if you go anywhere near them, but you will be able to periodically, and at your whim, choose when you fire each of the 4, but they don't fire particularly quickly, so you probably can't do all 4 at once. Holy Inscription will also increase this move's damage. Her evasive is Chaos Wall, a move that will stop enemies in their tracks and push them back with a little tiny rainbow boosh, and you can charge it up to do a little bit more of a pushback, and it's great for comboing into ultimates, so pretty useful. Now it's time for the damage test!
Time to show the Time Patrollers how to really fight!
Starting off the damage test with Kairos Cannon. Kairos Cannon does 1,272 damage. If you have 8 balls, because you've got an extra Holy Inscription counter, does 2,544. And the maximum amount of damage this move can do is an amazing 3,816. Temporal Holy Ray hit once will do 2,550, 2 beams will do 5,100, and 3 very well decently placed beams will do a pretty okay 7,650 damage. Takes a lot of prep though. The damage do not increase or decrease if you do it after a very long charge or a very quick charge, or if you're behind the enemy in front of them. It's just a blanket damage. Holy Inscription once does 1,200, then 2,160, 3 hits does 3,120, and all 4 hits will do a pretty nice 4,800 damage. Now, moving on to the ultimate movies, we have the Godly Kronos Cannon. If you do no Holy Inscription inputs, will do 2,228 damage per beam per ball. And the amount of damage it does not depend on distance, so it's a pretty flat damage per ball. If you have all of the Holy Inscription inputs and you use Godly Kronos Cannon, you'll do a pretty nice 3,822 damage per ball, per beam, per shot. But if you do this move, it'll reset all the counters, so as you can see I had full counters, but now I only do 4 little balls for that one. Time Space Impact does a pretty decent, very nice actually, 9,553 damage and is uninfected by Holy Inscription. Your full light combo chain will do a pretty modest 3,565 damage. Your full heavy combo chain is amazing at a 3,442 damage. Your full mixed combo chain... Hold on. Your full mixed combo chain will Your full mixed combo chain will Your full mixed combo chain will batter the... Your almost full mixed combo chain will do an okay 3,059 damage. The first super damage combo is going to be called the Time Space Destruction, which utilizes an extended combo directly into a Time Space Impact, which will do an actual pretty decent 14,650 damage. The second super combo is called the Supreme Comeback. Use this when you're being attacked, go into an evasive rush into a full light combo chain directly into Time Space Impact, annihilating a surprised enemy with 12,481 damage. The next one's called Baptize the Heathen, which utilizes a very cheeky vanishing stamina break directly into a Holy Inscription, a combo chain and another Holy Inscription, doing 14,000 damage and giving you all of your Holy Inscription inputs. This next one's called Repeat After Me, which is pretty self-explanatory. Rush in, use a beam, rush in, use a beam. It's very repetitive, and it's about the only way I can think really to realistically kind of get this move off without doing something silly, but you know, you can do about 13,000 damage if you want to. This has been my character guide for the Supreme Kive Dime from the amazing free update with amazing full-hitting combos and really amazing moves. If you'd like one of your favourite characters featured in this character guide series, leave them down below in the comments. But until then, stay tuned for the next exciting episode. Wait for it. Of AxoniusRex.